Hey guys, it's marcusdezza here today. I hope you're well this afternoon. I'm in my back garden once more. It's a little article today from the BBC with a young lady called Caitlin Morgan, who spent 4 years at university at Swansea and has applied for 647 jobs. Been rejected for all of them except for one. Okay. So, she's finally got herself a job as a trainee accountant in London. She's based in Wales. That's where she's from. According to the Institute of Student Employment, it shows that there are 17 jobs for every 1.2 million applicants. Jesus Christ! Caitlin went on to say that she believes that AI has been implemented by quite a few of these employers, and that has had a part of her being rejected in her applications. So fortunately for her, she has been offered a job in London. However, me personally, I wouldn't want to move to London nowadays. I'll go into that in a little bit. But I think there's a few stories that people need to learn about this. So the first thing is guys, I don't like to swear, but the UK economy, it's bucket. It's going down the toilet pan. Put it this way, there's like 10,000 millionaires in the last year or so have left the UK. These people are like typically the people who had been setting up businesses, employing tens of thousands of people. It's people like that who have left the UK and gone off to other places. National insurance has gone up for employers as well. So therefore they don't want to hire anymore. So that's one thing. I think for others nowadays, compared to when I went to university, if you got yourself a degree, you could do whatever you want, sort of thing. But nowadays, I think if you know what you really want to do, so for example, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, and it means you go to university, you do that. Right? So that's important, okay? But if you're not too sure what you want to try to do in life, and you know what? Listen, reality is, many youngsters do not know what they want to do until, let's say, they hit the age of, 25, 30, 35. That's just how life is. So if you're not too sure what you want to do, I don't think university might be the best option for you. So you might want to take a year out. I think you might want to try and find something you're passionate about, okay? Something you're good at as well, potentially, okay? So the other thing you've got to learn about this is there are an increasing range of skills aside from just your qualifications. So I think it's great. I think it's very important that people nowadays, to try and progress in life, that they need to learn more than just their qualifications. They need to do things like, I don't know, like public speaking, for example. They need to know how to network. They need to know how to sell. That's very important, okay? I'd also say you need to leverage on your contacts that you've got, okay? There's a theory that says that you are never more than 6 degrees away from anyone on this planet. So I want to put things into my perspective. I am only 1 degree away, one connection away from a top European football manager. Not that that's my sort of job or industry, but I'm just saying I know someone who knows of a top football, who works with a top football manager. I'm 1 degree away from a famous UK politician. I'm 1 degree away from someone who plays in a famous Irish pop and rock band. You know what I mean? So, it's more than just doing the formal process of applying for jobs, etc. It's a case of getting to know other people, using networks, attending events, saying, "Oh, do you know this?" Say, "Look, I'm looking for a job. can you help me? Do you know of such and such? I've done it myself, and it has worked before. So leverage on those contacts, build your contacts, okay? Number 5, so Caitlin's just got herself a job in London, and I personally, I feel pretty bad for her, okay? So let me explain to you a bit more. Who on earth would want to live and work in London these days? Struth! Who? It's just crazy. So London, it's not safe. It's like knife crime. There's like a rape every hour. The chances of anyone being convicted are quite low. Yeah, and it's expensive. The rents are expensive. Property's expensive. How's anyone meant to buy a place in London these days? How? How can you? Right now, with that, I might be wrong, but I think I'm probably right. But I assume that she's probably got quite a bit of student debt. Well, most of these students have got student debt, right? And then they're going to get themselves a job in shitty London. They pay all these taxes, pay so much in student debt, and then pay so much in rent. What are you left with? It's just bonkers. My point being is this, right? There is more to life than just London and the UK, guys, right? For all the youngsters out there, I want to try and give you some hope, give you some light in your lives. Listen, there are countries like Dubai, UAE, where you've got Dubai and Abu Dhabi. You've got the Bahamas, you've got Mauritius, you've got Bermuda, you've got Bahrain, you've got other places, even Romania. These places I'm talking about, the level of income tax is somewhere between 0 to 10%. Okay, I know Dubai is like 0% income tax, so, and it's a pretty safe place as well. So my point being is, UK is not the be all and end all. Get yourself a passport if you haven't done so, and go and travel and check out these other places. And again, leverage on your connections. Try and find good contacts and find yourself a job elsewhere as well in these sorts of places. The other thing I wanted to point on here is, a lot of youngsters fall into, especially these academic students, they fall into this sort of pathway of, do your GCSEs, get your grades, do your A levels by going to college, go to university. It's the right thing. Get yourself a job. Listen, and what happens is we end up in all these lots of student debt, right? My point being is, there are a number of occupations out there which don't require you to go to university, okay? So, and where you can be potentially earning 6-figure numbers, okay? I'll give you an example. Financial advising. If you go to the likes of, let's say, Dubai, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, other places, you could be earning, within 5 years, at least £200,000 a year, okay? So, real estate, selling houses, does not require a university degree. Become a YouTuber, follow your passions, talk about stuff like me. There's some people out there making huge amounts of money, right? Okay, on YouTube. Plumbers and electricians are also earning decent salaries these days. Air traffic controllers, train drivers, and even airline pilots. So there's more to them just, going down the traditional university degree route and being enslaved by all this debt, okay? Finally, last but not least, I'd like to finish off this video by saying, whatever you youngsters are going to do in life, okay? Listen to me carefully here. You've got to do something you're passionate about, okay? You've got to do something you're passionate about. You want to wake up in the morning and be obsessed about something, okay? And you want to go to bed last thing at night and still be obsessed about something, okay? So you need to be passionate about whatever you're going to do, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing is something that you think you are potentially good at, or you know that you're good at. Okay. You want something that you know that will pay well. Okay. So the sky's the limit. So that's important. Last but not least, I want you, and this, I want you to take a leaf out of my book. Listen, I'm not the greatest example of success. I've made money, I've lost money, make more money. But the point is, I want you guys to think differently, think outside the box, be unorthodox, do things differently. Let me give you a metaphor here. We all know the great footballer, Roberto Carlos, who hit that amazing curving free kick against France in the some competition against France in 1997, right? Okay. That is an example of someone who was passionate about what he did and was good at what he did. Obviously got paid, but he did things differently. It's very unorthodox what he did with that free kick and other free kicks he's done and other goals he scored. The guy was very unorthodox in what he did, right? And everyone remembers the legend of Roberto Carlos for being unique and unorthodox. So my point being is, do things differently, be passionate about what you want to do, and be the best at it. Yeah. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.